Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Now, you may have seen this clip of Whoopi Goldberg and her, and I know she says a lot of moronic things, like a lot of people who appear on this The View show. It's just the worst of Jezebel behaviour. You know when you get a bunch of hate-filled, like, lefty women type people, and they sit there and they pontificate, and it's what you expect from The View. However, she has actually now been suspended, believe it or not, only for 2 weeks from The View. This is coming down from ABC managers. Now, they are refusing to say whether or not she has been docked her $98,000 a week pay for 2 weeks. Like she wouldn't miss that even if it was docked, but I doubt it is, because they're refusing to answer the question. So we're going to have a look at the article. I'm going to watch the clip first of Whoopi Goldberg just making a typically moronic statement. I'm sure you know what it is already. And then we'll read the article, which goes over how she's been suspended, but also her fellow co-hosts on The View have come out in defense of her, saying that they're gobsmacked that she's been suspended over such a thing. The lack of self-awareness and the overall hypocrisy, it just never fails to take my breath away. So let's get into this video. If you haven't yet though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around. If you find the video informative, we also have a membership scheme which you can join. I have 8 amazing beautiful members who honour and humble me, that they value my commentary as much as they do, to the point where they become members of the Coffee Club or the Gold Club, and you can become member 9 if you so choose, but you don't have to. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first let's check out what got her in trouble in the first place.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race. It's
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
But it's about white supremacy.
It's about
ideal race.
But these are two white groups of people.
Well, how do we have to black people
see them as white?
But you're missing the point. You're missing the point. The minute.
So look, I like this, yeah. So look, she goes, yeah, because that face. This is the left, right? This is how the Victimhood Olympics works, right? These 4 people, and probably not her, but her, and her, aren't allowed to disagree with Whoopi. Because what they're talking about, whether it's things about immutable characteristics, you know, the culture war, the whole thing, yeah, the message, as I like that saying. But the rules of wokeism, the religion of wokeism, dictates that this person, and this person cannot disagree with her. They cannot overrule her. They cannot be right if she's wrong. It's always Whoopi who's right, and her to a lesser extent, because that is the way that the woke world works. If you have, like, if your immutable characteristics are the same as mine, in their world you can't disagree with Whoopi. Whatever she says about things like this, culture war stuff, you have to agree with her. That's the way that their world works. And what you're seeing here with her, that there where she looks down, she knows it. She knows that Whoopi's making a rear end of herself, but because she's a dedicated adherent to the woke religion, she can't disagree with her. Yeah, you're not allowed to. That's why you got this response. So as Whoopi's busily digging her own grave, her friends can't stop her from digging it, because that would then mean by default Whoopi's doing something wrong. And you can't have a optic situation where someone that looks like this or this is telling someone who looks like this that they're wrong. That's how the woke world works, yeah? Whether you are right or wrong depends on, to them, depends on immutable characteristics. And you see this time and time again. And that's not a good way to live.
But you're missing the point. You're missing the point. The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley.
But you do that. You turn everything into a immutable characteristic situation. Everything. It all.
Talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because black, white, Jews, everybody eats each other. So is it...
I don't think she knows what she's saying. It's reached the point, you know, she's going for it doesn't matter if you're Italian. You've made a career. You and your co-host on The View have made a career out of making everything about immutable characteristics. Everything. So you've seen the video that got her into hot water. So this is a article. Whoopi's when did this article come out? Sorry, I'm not doing a very good Tim Pool impersonation here. So this was 2nd of February today at 5 minutes to 3 in the morning. So Whoopi's co-hosts are furious, not with Whoopi's comments, bearing in mind, which is what everyone else is furious over, or a majority of people. They're furious that she got suspended. Right? Imagine if if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know this. But I love playing imagine if the boot was on the other foot game. Yeah. Imagine if Tucker Carlson had said something like that, or a Fox News host. These people would be calling for their iron-infused liquid that goes in your body. Yeah. So, Whoopi's co-hosts are furious that she's been suspended from ABC from The View for 2 weeks, only 2 weeks, after she claimed that the H word wasn't the R word. Network fails to say if the star will still receive her $96,000 a week pay. Of course she will. Of course she will. This is what it is. You see the 2 week thing? It's just a symbolic act. They're still going to give her money. They're certainly not going to fire her. If it was a Trump supporter, you bet that would happen. But it's a woke leftist here. So this is window dressing. This is what this is from ABC. This is trying to make it look for the Twitterati. It's trying to make them look as if they're doing something without actually doing something. That's the whole idea. So Whoopi Goldberg has been suspended from The View for 2 weeks over her comments alleging that the R word immutable characteristics were not a factor in the H word. Yeah. ABC News President Kim Godwin announced Goldberg's suspension Tuesday night, saying it was effective immediately. Yeah, but it's only for 2 weeks, and you know she's still getting her cash, right? You know that she's... Do you know what gets me? $96,000 a week she gets. Why don't you, for 1 week out of the 4 weeks every month, donate 1 week, your 1 week salary, because you don't need it, right, to homeless people? Why don't you go out and physically do something? Because I'll tell you something else, it will make you feel good if you set aside 1 weeks of your month's earnings. And I'm not saying this to ordinary people, because you got a life to lead. I'm saying this to the celebrities, our betters, the oh so special ones. It will make you feel better about yourself if you actually go and help someone instead of pontificating on The View, for example. Whilst Whoopi has apologised, this is the ABC News president Kim Godwin talking. While Whoopi has apologised, I've asked her to take some time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments. I agree with that, and I'll tell you why I agree with that. And it's refreshing to hear that, because far too many leftists don't do that end bit. This is the crux of it all, yeah? Quote, take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments, or in this case, your comments, yeah? This is something leftists don't do. Leftists, they just accuse everyone. Like, for example, look at Joe Biden labelling people who opposed his bill as everyone from... I can't say the word because it'll get demonetised, but you know what I mean. The situation in the Americas in the 1800s, right? Early 1900s, yeah? take some time to reflect on what your comments do. Yeah, because too many people in the mainstream media don't do that. Like, Whoopi, she only said that because she didn't think she was going to get into trouble with it. She sits there every day on that View with a co-host. They turn everything into an us versus them. They turn everything into an ism and an ist. Everything into a immutable characteristic situation, right? And they don't understand that your words have impact. For example, like on Twitter, there are people now who still believe that tens of thousands of armed men rushed into the building on the 6th of January, yeah? If you go onto it, you'll see them. They're, it's happening. They actually believe that tens of thousands of men were rushing in to destroy democracy. Yeah? This is what I mean when I say that it's important that left-wing people are starting to do this. Are starting to understand that their comments actually have impact. Because there's going to be other people out there, other people who subscribe to the leftism doctrine, who will believe you when you say that, they're going to destroy democracy. There's going to be people that will believe that, right? You should understand that your words have meaning, right? And if you dedicate your life to saying things like that, you need to understand that there's going to be people out there stupid enough to believe you, yeah? The entire ABC News organisation stands in solidarity with our J-word friends, family and communities. ABC Insider told the Daily Beast that Whoopi's co-host Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar and Anna Navarro are, quote, furious with the network's decision to disband the actress. Oh, yeah. Of course you're furious. Of course you are. If Don Jr. had said the exact same thing, your opinion would flip. And your position would flip. And we know that now. Meanwhile, an ABC executive told the news outlet some network employees were, quote, really upset and don't understand why it took 2 days for Whoopi to be met with consequences. But they're not even consequences, really, if you think about it. She's still getting her $96,000 a week whack, yeah? And it's just a 2-week slap on the wrist. What is that? A 2-week vacation? Oh, poor Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, she could go to a Caribbean island for 2 weeks, collecting her $96,000 a week check. And at the end of that 2 weeks, when she comes back from living it up on a tropical island, she will have more money in her bank than when she set out. So don't even do it, man. It just irritates me when these people think that they're hard done by. The ADL making it clear here that the organisation is accepting Whoopi Goldberg's apology. Of course you are, because you rely on being a machine that the left uses to target conservatives. So when it's a leftist who makes these type of statements in regards to the H word and the J community, yeah, you don't really know how to respond to it. So of course you're going to accept her apology. If Don Jr. had said the same thing and then apologised, would you accept his apology? Of course you wouldn't. It would be, I refuse to accept this apology. This isn't enough. This apology just is not enough. That's what the position would be. It's this lack of standards in society that turns so many people off. A bit of good news. Several staffers had called for her firing. You got to remember that the people who work behind the scenes on The View, I should imagine most of them are going to be marching in lockstep. But even some of the ones that have still have maintained something of their humanity, it's like they must stop and think, do you know what? Imagine if they've been working on The View behind the scenes for like a year, 2 years. And you've seen yourself how these View hosts, they just pump out really divisive stuff on mainstream airwaves, yeah? people working behind the scenes, they must notice that. They must see it, and they must think, do you know what? She's really gone too far this time. So, yeah, it ends with her apologising, and then she apologised again on Tuesday. But the original remarks sparked immediate international backlash, with everyone from the Israeli Consular General in New York to the Bad Place Memorial and the ADA. Of course they took offence. Yeah, I'm sure they took offence. It is what it is. Anyway, I will leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.